Morning on DC News Now. We're off to a cold start out there, but thankfully later on this afternoon, those temperatures warm up into the 60s, and we're going to continue that warming trend over the next several days. More details on those numbers coming up.
Also coming up this morning, a daycare worker facing charges due in court today. What we know about the alleged abuse at a local child care center.
And demanding justice, what the family of a man who was shot and killed by U.S. Marshals is pleading for weeks after their loved one's death.
And getting out of town, why travel experts say now is the time to plan that trip before the prices start to surge.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, something dropped down there. The start of Monday, a new work week.
There goes my water. I just want to make sure it doesn't spill.
I apologize.
It's Monday.
You know, what do you do? It's Monday, as you just said.
Yep.
All right, I'm Corey James. Thanks for joining us. Hope you had a good weekend.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Tanaya Ray. We're going to start you off with this so we can clean up Corey's mess. A live look outside. If you're heading out the door, grab the jacket because it is starting off cold out there, Jackie.
Yeah, we are off to a cold start out there on this Monday morning. That sunrise is coming up right in the next 40 minutes or less. We're talking about that sunrise at 6:39 this morning. We are off to a quiet start out there, but it is a bit on the colder side. We're talking about upper 30s in Hagerstown as well as Leesburg. Notice Manassas and Luray coming into the upper 20s. Right at the freezing mark in Fredericksburg, 30 in Culpeper, one of the warmer spots on the map. That is 44 degrees right now in the district. We do have freeze warnings in effect for much of the area. That goes until 10 a.m. this morning, and that is because many of those suburbs are starting off into the lower 30s or right at the freezing mark, so it could be dealing with some patchy frost out there. High pressure, that is continuing to push its way closer towards the DMV, and that's providing us with the ample amounts of sunshine that we'll see for your Monday. Temperatures climbing upper 50s by about 11 a.m. By 3 p.m. we're talking highs mid to upper 60s. Really overall a nice day out there. Get out there and enjoy it. It will be overall a gorgeous day, especially for the start of the week. Highs tomorrow even warmer than the day today. We're talking 70s, and it will continue to warm up through the end of the week. More details on that coming up. Shanika's here with a look at the roadways. How's traffic right now?
Oh, Jackie, it's Monday, and it definitely feels like a Monday with all the incidents out there on the roadways I'm talking about. We're looking at the outer loop stretch in right past River Road. You're going to find a tree down blocking the right side. Let's flip over to the maps. We were dealing with an issue past Pennsylvania Avenue on the inner loop stretch, and that was right near Allentown Road. I'm not seeing any delays on the map, so you should be good to go. Just in case, do watch for some delays. But if you look at the big circle there, the Capitol Beltway, all very clear. DC 295, though, it is slowing down a little bit.
All right, Shanika, thank you. Your time right now is 6:02 on this Monday morning. The family of the woman who officials say was kidnapped and killed during a shootout on I-95 is speaking out this morning.
More from them in just a moment, but first, a look at your Know and Go headlines this morning. A Prince George's County daycare worker set to appear in court today. She was arrested after police say they received several videos showing that worker assaulting children at that daycare center in Oxon Hill. She is facing multiple charges of child abuse and assault.
And a fire in Montgomery County seriously injured a woman. It happened overnight Saturday in Gaithersburg. Investigators say a lamp may have ignited that fire. 3 people were hospitalized.
The City Council in Tennessee is set to vote whether or not to send a lawmaker back to the State House. Justin Jones was one of 2 people expelled from the House after taking part in gun reform protests. The other lawmaker's future still up in the air.
Developing now, 1 man is dead and another is in critical condition after a shooting in Prince George's County. Now, this happened along Edinburgh Lane near the Arden Point Apartments in South Laurel around 4:30 yesterday afternoon. According to police, neighbors heard more than a dozen shots. Investigators say one of the victims was also found in a stairwell. Right now, no arrests have been made. And a woman is in critical condition this morning after a house fire in Montgomery County. Officials say that fire happened shortly before 1 a.m. Saturday on Whetstone Road in Gaithersburg. They believe the fire was an accident, possibly tied to a malfunctioning lamp. 3 people were hospitalized. The family's 3 dogs also died in that fire.
A 23-year-old woman charged with abusing children at an Oxon Hill daycare center will have her first court appearance today. She was arrested on Saturday, just days after she was accused of abusing those children. Our Lex Forrest is live this morning at the Prince George's County Courthouse with more on all of this. Lex, good morning.
Good morning, Tanaya and Corey. Well, Kayla Greenwell is charged with multiple counts of child abuse and assault. This afternoon, a judge will decide if she can be out on bond while waiting for her preliminary hearing, and that hearing not set until May the 8th. Now, the first accusations of abuse came to light late last week, and the daycare confirmed she had been fired on Friday. Now, according to Prince George's County Police, there are multiple videos of Greenwell abusing children at the daycare. They said their investigation also revealed that she recorded herself on her cell phone while she was actively abusing kids on April 5th. Parents are understandably horrified to find out about this.
How did it happen? You know, everyone has an off day, but it shouldn't happen. It's kids. I've never had any issues, but to wake up to this is like ridiculous.
Well, Greenwell first started working at the daycare in late March, and the daycare says that she passed all of their background checks and criminal checks before she was hired. They've also been actively helping the police in their investigation. Now, she will be expected in court today at 1:15. Of course, we'll bring you guys updates as we have them. Live in Prince George's County, I'm Lex Suarez, DC News Now.
All right, Lex, thank you. Your time right now is 6:05. We now know the name of a man who was shot and killed over the weekend in Southeast D.C. Police have identified him as 65-year-old Wendell Davis. Now, investigators say he was shot near 35th and A Streets. A $25,000 reward is being offered for any information leading to an arrest. And investigators are also trying to identify human remains that were found in Northeast D.C. Police say they were discovered yesterday morning right across the street from Union Station. It isn't clear how the person died. At this time, police have not been able to identify the remains.
Your time right now is coming up on 6:06 this morning. The family of Tatiana David is now speaking out. Police say she was found dead outside of a car involved in a police shootout along I-95 in Quantico. Now, they believe she had been kidnapped by Michael Davis. Davis was shot by police after they say he fired at them. A state trooper tried to pull Davis over for what they say were wrong license plates. That led to a high-speed chase that ended 20 miles away in a shootout. David's sister spoke about what she meant to her family.
She was just so perfect in every way. She was everything you could ask as a sister. She was there for me whenever I needed her with advice or just there to talk when I needed her. And you just couldn't miss her once you saw her. She's so amazing.
Police say the suspect, Michael Davis, is in critical condition.
Let's rally up. Let's go.
Loved ones gathering demanding justice for 22-year-old Alante Scott over the weekend. Scott was shot and killed by U.S. Marshals back in February. Authorities say Scott pulled out a gun, which is when law enforcement officers fired shots. Scott's mother spoke at the rally.
I brought him here. I was the first one to hold him. I couldn't be the one to be there when he closed his eyes and he took his last breath. I need my son. I miss my son.
And as you see here, supporters drove around Southeast D.C. demonstrating, hoping to spread their message about the need for accountability.
People. You do not stifle the people. You don't turn off their microphones when they are speaking about the importance of life and liberty.
Vice President Kamala Harris speaking out against Tennessee Republicans who expelled 2 Democrat lawmakers for taking part in gun reform protests. Now, the Nashville Metro Council is set to reinstate one of the lawmakers expelled. Representative Justice Jones could be back on the Tennessee House floor following a vote today. The other representative, Justin Pearson, is waiting for his county commission to take up the issue on Wednesday. Both men held seats that have been dominated by Democrats in the largely Republican state. State Representative Sam McKenzie is the chair of the Tennessee Black Caucus. He is calling for their reinstatement immediately.
These 2 men, I have every confidence that their counties and metropolitan areas are going to send them back. They're going to bring them back here. And my charge to this establishment is to seat them immediately. The people voted for them, and they need to take their rightful positions back.
If both representatives get their seats back under Tennessee law, they cannot be expelled from the House floor, or from the House rather, the same offense twice.
Your time right now is 6:09 this morning. Fancy vacations, chartered yachts, and even a private jet. These are just some of the things that Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas says he was not required to disclose, even though the person who paid for them was a Republican mega donor. An in-depth piece from ProPublica was published last week. It alleges Justice Thomas accepted luxury trips from a Republican donor, Harlan Crow, over the course of several decades. He is now responding to that. In a statement, he describes Crow as a friend. Justice Thomas says he was advised by court colleagues and others in the federal judiciary that, quote, this sort of personal hospitality from close personal friends who did not have business before the court was not reportable. One of those luxury trips was in 2019, and it was reported to cost more than $500,000. Article happening now, the Justice Department is investigating after several alleged Pentagon documents were leaked online. Now, those documents appear to detail aid sent to Ukraine and routine updates from the war. The documents also include intel on how the U.S. may be spying on its adversaries and allies. Officials say the documents are not war plans. Some even question their authenticity, citing inaccuracies, including estimates of Russian deaths that are significantly lower than the numbers publicly stated by U.S. officials. Officials say the documents have been altered as part of a misinformation campaign.